Good morning, dear students. Today we will start the discussion of Chapter 1 Crop Production and Management. How crop is produced in the fields, what are the various steps that need to be followed, and how after production the crop is managed. We will study in this particular chapter. We all know the food is essential for the growth and development and of repair of body also. We get food from both plants and animals. Plants shows autotrophic mode of nutrition while animals shows heterotrophic mode of nutrition. This we studied in class 7th also in very first and second chapter. Seeds need adequate sunlight, water and air to give rise to a new plant. That means the necessary conditions for the germination of seeds are the proper amount of sunlight, water and air must be present over there. Then and only then the seeds can grow. Okay. You can see the picture also. Plowing and horned cattle in the ancient Egypt also 1200 BC means before Christians. Okay. And in this pic also farmer loading husk on a bull cart. Loading husk on a bull cart. You have seen these practices at your villages also. Okay, what does these pictures depict? These pictures shows that the crops are produced in the earlier times also. Name the other animals involved. It is other animals is bull is shown over there. During earlier times, what was the main occupation of the people? Obviously they were totally depend upon the agriculture. Now the history of agriculture. From the picture given in the, let's get going. We know that the growing plants and raising animals is an age old practice. Before the advent of agriculture, humans were gatherers, which means they lived a nomadic lifestyle, moving from one place to another in search of food and shelter. After some time, they started keeping herds of livestock and took them wherever they moved. Later, they discovered that the plants could be grown from the seeds. They did not have to follow their nomadic lifestyle. The origins of farming have been traced to about 10,000 years ago. आज से करीब करीब 10 साल पहले somewhere in Indus Valley and the parts of China, gradually humans developed tools and tried methods to improve their produce. Okay, this leads to the evolution of agriculture. Now the agriculture, what is agriculture? The practice of growing plants and rearing animals for food, fiber and other useful products on a large scale is called agriculture. Okay, the term agriculture have been derived from the Latin word ager means field and cultura means cultivation. Cultivation in the fields. So the plants of same kind cultivated on a large scale are called crop. This is the first term of this chapter, crop production. When the same kind of plants are cultivated or grown on a large scale, it is called crop. Crops grown in India. Which types of crops those are grown in India are cereals, pulses, oilseeds, fruits and vegetables are called food crops. Crops grown mainly for commercial purposes, that is to obtain profit, are called cash crops. Okay, to obtain the profit are called cash crop. For example, tea, coffee, rubber, Spices are examples of some cash crop. This can be asked in MCQs also. Options will be given over there, and then it can be asked, name the cash cropping seasons in India. India is vast country with varied climate conditions such as temperature, humidity and rainfall. All crops cannot grow in the same season. Different crops have different climatic requirements for their proper growth. Based on the seasons, crop can be classified into two categories named as Kharif and Rabi crops. They are shown in difference over there, Kharif and Rabi crops. First difference will be the time or the season in which they are grown. Kharif crops are grown in rainy seasons between June and September, and Rabi crops are grown between October and April month. Now, Kharif crops require more water for their growth, like rice crop require lesser water for their growth. Okay. Now the examples are paddy means rice, cotton, soybean, maize, and groundnut. Examples of Rabi crops are wheat, gram, barley, pea, linseed, and mustard. Okay. You can see in the real world also horticulture is the branch of science dealing with growing of flower, fruits, and vegetables. Growing of flowers, fruits, and vegetables is called horticulture. Jade crops are grown in some parts of country between March and June. Okay. Muscellum, watermelon, bitter gourd, ridge gourd, and pumpkin are few examples of jade crops. Let's discuss. Okay. Give two examples of each in the following cropping season in India. It is from which to which: food crops, cash crop, creep crops, and rabi crops. Give give examples for each and every one discussed in the above paragraphs. Okay. Basic agricultural practices. Basic agricultural practices. Cultivation of crops involves a series of activities in a particular order over a long period of time. All these activities are collectively known as agricultural practices. The main agricultural practices are preparation of soil, selection and sowing of seeds, adding manures and fertilizers, irrigation, protection of crops, and storage of grains, preparation of soil is the first agricultural practice. Okay. Before doing anything in the field, you must need to prepare the soil properly. For example, removing of bumps. For example, softening of the soil. This is the part of the preparation of soil. Soil is the main medium in which plants grow. Plants obtain water, minerals, salts, and air from the soil. To be certain that these are easily available to the plants, soil has to be prepared before sowing crops. It involves plowing and leveling. Now, what is plowing? The process of loosening and turning of the soil is called plowing or tilling. Okay. After the cultivation of the crop, the soil will become hard, and before the production of next crop, before sowing the seeds for next crop, you need to plow the field properly. Okay. There are some advantages of plowing. The loose soil allows the root to penetrate deeper into the soil. Definitely, the more will be the penetration of the roots in the soft soil. This helps the plant to anchor firmly in the soil. It helps in bringing the nutrient rich soil to the top and mixing the fertilizers properly so that the plants can absorb these nutrients more easily. It helps in trapping air into the soil. which is used by the roots to breathe. It helps to retain moisture for a longer period. It helps to remove unwanted plants and destroy the eggs of insects or pests that can damage the crop in the future. Loose soil also aids in the growth of useful bacteria and earthworm. These organisms convert decaying material into humus, which turns improve the fertility of the soil. The tools used in various agricultural practices are agricultural implements. Some of these are given below. Plow, you can see structure of a plow. In the earlier time, this plow was used when the crop production was done with the help of animals. The plow, it has been a basic tool for the most part of the agricultural history. It consists of a strong triangular iron strip called plowshare. The main part of the plow is the long wooden rod called the plow shaft. Plow shaft, you can see in the figure. There is a handle at one end to the shaft. You can also see that also handle, while the other end is plowed on the animal's neck that pulls the plow. Earlier plow were made of wood, but these days iron plows are being used. Okay, now plow were earlier pulled by the oxen, horses and mules, and later by tractor. You can see in the picture also. In many parts of the India, plow are still down by animals as they are inexpensive. Hoe, you can see, is another tool for tilling. It consists of a flat iron blade set in a long wooden handle. It is mainly used to remove unwanted plants and for loosening of the soil. Cultivator, another tool used for plowing of soil, is modern farm implement that has many metallic blades and is attached to the tractor. It saves time and is easy to operate. Second agricultural practice is leveling. After plowing of the soil, now the task that is uh, used to be done is leveling. The leveling will be done because when you water the plants, then if the bumps will be there in the soil, then the water will not be available to the highly surface of the soil. So leveling, after plowing, the land is left with big lumps of the soil. This has to be leveled before sowing the seeds. This is done with the help of another tool called leveler. In pics also you can see, which breaks these big lumps of the soil. It is driven either by animals or by tractor. Selection and showing of seeds. Second agricultural practice, basically it is this. Leveling was the part of the preparation of soil. Okay. Selection and showing of seeds. Okay. Seeds will be selected. The selection and sowing of seeds have to be done with extreme care, attention to get good crop yield. Only clean, healthy and disease-free seeds should be selected for showing. You can see in the pic also. In activity, basically it is shown over there to separate good and healthy seeds from the damaged and unhealthy ones. You can take one beaker, fill it with water and put some wheat or gram seeds. Those are healthy seeds, they will settle down in the bottom, and those are unhealthy or damaged, they will float on the surface. In this way you can remove the unhealthy seeds and only healthy seeds will be selected for showing further. Now, showing is the process of planting seeds in the soil. Proper care must be taken while showing the seeds. Seeds have to be shown at right depth. First thing, not too shallow. If seeds are shown too shallow, They are exposed to bird and pest get carried away by the wind or water. If too deep, they may not be able to breathe and germinate. Seeds have to be shown at appropriate distances so as so that these get sufficient amount of air, water and nutrients and sunlight. Overcrowding leads to the competition among the seeds, and some may not be able to grow. If the seeds are planted too far from each other, the space is wasted. So seeds can be shown by one of the following methods: broadcasting or manual method. You can see a farmer is spreading the seeds by his hands only. Okay, it is not an efficient method, neither ensure proper spacing between the seeds. So it was used in earlier times only. It's not a correct. The seeds may not be shown at proper depth also. Using traditional tools, earlier seeds are also shown using traditional tools. It has funnel shaped bowl in which seeds were placed. The funnel was connected to the two or three pipes with sharp ends to pierce into the soil. The place and the seeds there. A beam was placed on the auction to carry this tool. The seeds were shown in the soil as the auction moved all along the field. Okay, and using seed drill, you can see another method of showing the seeds. It is a modern farm tool that shows the seeds at equal distances and proper depth. It also ensures that the seeds are covered with the soil and not exposed to bird. It has funnel shaped seed bowls connected to the several tubes. The small rows are made along the field and the seeds are released through the tubes. It is connected to the tractor. You can see in the figure also. Transplantation is another method of showing seeds. Some crops such as rice, tomato, brinjal and banana are not directly shown in the field. These are first shown in the nurseries or seed boxes. When the seedlings grow, they are manually transferred to the field. This method is known as transplantation. This enables the farmer to select healthy saplings and plant them at a correct distance also. Okay. Okay, dear students, we will continue tomorrow with rest of the agricultural practices, and today we studied about the agriculture, crops, types of crops grown in India, Rabi and Kharif crops, their examples, and agricultural practices, preparation of soil, okay, and then selection and showing of seeds. We discussed only these two practices today. Rest of the practices we will discuss tomorrow. And do one thing, complete your homework, whatever is pending. Okay, thank you, dear students. Thank you so much.